Okay, first of all, I would like to say you welcome to our factory automation laboratory. Today, in this lesson, first of all, I'm gonna introduce our laboratory, our education systems. There are two different education systems here. Basically, two different parts, two different sections it includes. I'm gonna explain how it works and which parts it consists of. I'm gonna explain every part separately and at the same time basically. It's not today. It's not going to be a complicated lesson. And after that, I'm gonna start CNC milling machine. I'm going to explain basic fundamentals of the CNC machines and CNC milling machines. After that, after the break, we're going to try to learn something about processing systems or produce some products, etc., etc. Okay, let's start. This education system, all of this education system, is basically produced by Festo Corporation. Festo is a German company which is very professional about industrial automation, pneumatic, hydraulic, robotic systems, etc. And this system basically produces or assembled by Festo, but it includes different brands, different materials, different brands. For example, this 6-axis robotic arm, it's Mitsubishi. It's a Japan company. But there's a cooperation and collaboration between these companies. For example, the CNCs are EMCO. EMCO is Austrian company, and again, Festo, Mitsubishi, EMCO, they can work together sometimes in this kind of products. Okay. Let's start. As you can see, can you see? Okay. As you can see, our education sets, our education systems consist of basically two different sections. Okay. This side of the education system is called FMS unit, Flexible Manufacturing System, and it consists of 4 different parts. One of them is this CNC milling machines. CNC milling, as you can see there. This is CNC milling machines. Mill 55. Okay, this is a 3-axis CNC machine. X, Y, and Z. Sorry, but compressor. Okay. And the other part of this FMS flexible manufacturing system is this machine. This is a turn machine, turn 55. It produces its basic purpose is education. It's not a this is not an industrial CNC. These are basically not an industrial CNC for education. Because of this, these CNCs smaller than the real ones, and at the same time, industrial CNCs consist of hydraulic vice. Okay, vice means there's an apparatus here to collect the parts, workpiece. Okay, in industry we use for this purpose in a hydraulic wise. But in this education system, we use just pneumatic wise. Okay, you know, if you want to need more power, force, pressure, you can use hydraulic. Okay, but we don't need a high level pressure because we use small and soft materials here. For example, polyamide, aluminium, etc. Okay. So one CNC milling machine, one CNC turning machine, and there's a part between this and this. This is a micro FMS. There are 3 different conveyor. 2 of them is this way, 1 of them is that way. Okay. The workpiece come here and go there. That part, FMS, is consists of one more equipment. This is a 6-axis, basically it's 5-axis, robotic arm, RVG2, it's Mitsubishi robots. This robot is using for feeding these machines, that machine. Okay, you can program these robots for collecting the workpiece or feeding these machines. As you can see, this part of this education system is flexible manufacturing system, and if you want to use this part of this education system, you can separate this part and you can use individually. By the way, you can use this CNC totally individually. Okay, you don't have to connect the CNC to the other part of this education system. There are some buttons here, or one key here. I'm going to show you. Yeah, here, there's a key, FMS mode. This is flexible manufacturing. If you turn this key on or turn it off, turn it on, you can work with this CNC in flexible manufacturing mode. It means you can work together. It's collaboration. Okay. You can send some commands from the robots to the CNC. Okay. They can work with a coordination. But if you want to use this CNC individually, just turn it off. Okay. It's easy. And is there another question? No. And this part of our education system called MPS, Modular Production System. Okay, Modular Production System. This education system consists of a lot of modules, but our education system is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different modules. It includes 7 different modules. I prefer to explain this part of this education system in that location. In MPS modular production systems, we have a basic conveyor. It's a production line. Okay, production line. This unit is called distributing unit. Distributing unit it means there's a magazine here and workpiece, RAM workpiece, filled here by your hands or by these robots. And if you produce some workpiece here compatible to this this section of the education system. Okay, you can feed here, and after that, by this distribution unit, you can distribute the materials from the magazine to the testing station. Okay, this part of the MPS unit is testing station. This is distributing station, distribute to workpiece, raw workpiece, and testing station is used for test the materials. As you can see, there are a lot of sensors here. One capacitive sensor, and this is an optical sensor, retroreflective optical sensor. Can you see this reflector? Yeah. This retroreflective sensor includes one emitter and one receiver. Okay. There's a light barrier between this reflector and retroreflective sensor, and when one piece blocks the light beam, it sends the material, and it works. How it works? As you can see, there are PLC, Programmable Logical Controller. All our modules include PLC. The program which you write or written before, by this program you can eliminate the parts or choose the correct parts, and you can separate or send the materials from the testing station to the different areas, different locations. But in this case, we just send them to the car, which is working top of the conveyor. Okay. And after that, we don't use here. There's a quality control section, quality control model here. You can see this camera, but basically it's not a simple camera. This is a sensor, high quality. Yeah, it's using for image processing. It takes photograph to the materials, and the program compare these photographs to the database, from the database, between database and this parts. In this case, or in this scenario, the black workpiece are bad parts. Okay, but you can change the scenario or algorithm. You can easily change the algorithm. Okay, when it takes black piece photograph, it means this computer sends the assembling unit to a signal. It means don't touch this one. There's a problem here. Don't assemble. Okay. The other part, no problem. So, distributing unit, testing station, and quality control, and after that, assembly unit. This part of this education system is assembly unit, but just this is a MPS robot. These robots assemble the part of the workpieces. In this case, it produces a cylinder or piston, pneumatic piston, for example. Some parts it put here, and there are different kind of sensors, pneumatic equipments, valve, etc., etc. And with this section, assembly section, this robot using for just assembly. Okay. After that, the product. These are not products. These are workpiece. Okay, workpiece. In the beginning of the education system, there are raw workpiece. Okay, and after that, it's processing, quality control, etc. And this section of the education system. After that, these are finally products. And after that, there is a different station, ASRS 20, automatic storage and restrict unit. Basically, this unit is a kind of robot too. It's also robot. It's a Cartesian robot. There are three axes. One axis, linear axis, controlled by an electric motor. One axis, two axes, and three axes. 3 dimension. Okay. This is storage, and the final products stored by this robot from these rows. Okay. And the other parts, some parts didn't pass the quality control. Turn back to this location, this area. There are two different parts here, modules here, sorry. Handling station and sorting station. This is handling station. It's two parts and brings this little conveyor. There are two different sensors here. One of them is inductive sensor, another one is optical sensor, but fiber optical. Okay, as you can see, fiber optical sensor. Yes, these are a fiber optic cable, and this is fiber optic sensor. And when the handling station put the workpiece here, this sensors group decided to materials type, and because of this type, this section of the education system sorts the parts to the different array. Okay. This is MPS and this is FMS, Flexible Manufacturing System, Modular Production System. And come here. This is today, after the break, I'm gonna explain something about CNC machine. This CNC machine is basically, it's not industrial CNC machine. It's just for education. Because of this, I'm gonna explain again. This device works with pneumatic. Okay, and there are 3 axes, 1, 2, 3, as you can see. I'm gonna show you. Yes. This is position here. Can you see the x-axis? X-axis? Yes. This is x. And this is y. Oops. And this is z. Position here. Z. Okay. Question? That's enough. Do you understand?